Is that any way to treat an ally who's at war with our sworn enemy, the imperial dictator, Vladimir Putin? Is that the way to treat Volodymyr Zelensky in his Oval Office appearance, to beat him up, to bash him? What is the rest of the world thinking about that as they circle the wagons around Zelensky? And Zelensky now been kicked in the you-know-what while he's at war, strengthening the hand of Putin, both geopolitically and militarily. And I break it all down for you, what the next steps are here in diplomacy and otherwise, the Trump administration on Popok Live. Take a listen. So let me turn now, for the time we have remaining, to Ukraine and Zelensky. I never thought I start a lot of my segments with, I never thought I'd see the day. But I never thought I'd see the day where we would invite a trusted ally of democracy whose country was attacked by an imperial dictator, with millions of people dying, with many aspects of the country and infrastructure reduced to rubble, including during winter, with an adversary in Putin who has attacked purposefully civilian populations in hospitals and orphanages and schools, that I would see Donald Trump, American president and vice president, side with Putin against our ally during a time of war. I can't put any finer point on it. It is the equivalent of FDR changing sides during World War II and siding with the Axis powers. They have cut Zelensky's nuts out from under him, his legs out from under him, his bargaining position, and has strengthened both the military position of our adversary, our arch enemy, Russia, Putin, and the geopolitical position that he has to negotiate a deal. Now, what's left for Zelensky but to crawl back on bended knee? I'm not sure you can do that. To crawl back on his knees, and beg for forgiveness for doing nothing wrong except the entire administration should resign over how they treated Zelensky. And I got some crazy weirdo memes that makes Zelensky look like a midget and, he insulted America. He didn't insult. He is a president at war. An ally at war. Sure, we've given him $65 billion, but the rest of the world has given him the other $65 billion to fight against the Russians, to fight them to a standstill when that country is 4 times larger. And we've been doing it for a reason, because democracy is important in that region, because we have to defend against the Iron Curtain, or it's going to come down against countries like Poland. We have to reinvigorate NATO, not act like it's irrelevant. So that, and I have friends in Poland that are like biting their fingernails, white knuckling this. Are we next? With this president in control. So Zelensky had no choice after he met with the Europeans, after he met with the Democrats, after he met with people that told him that you're going to have to go groveling back to the president of the United States. And now they're going to cut that mineral deal, maybe announced tonight after my show. They're going to cut that mineral deal that's going to talk about raping a victim. The country has been destroyed by Russia and the fighting. They've lost and had amputated whole sections of their country, that have been grabbed by the imperial power grab by Putin. And now on top of it, he's got to sign a favorable rare earth and minerals deal with the United States instead of putting it up to the highest bidder to help them rebuild the country, because he's because he's prostrate in front of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is kicking a person when they're down and taking advantage of it. And so when I hear the announcement, they just bound and gagged Zelensky, somebody again that if this was a Congress controlled by the Democrats tonight, and we saw a Democratic Speaker of the House, and Hakeem Jeffries sitting behind the president instead of Mike Johnson, then we'd be cooking with an impeachment proceeding. I could think of a dozen impeachment articles right now that would be drawn up by the Democrats. And if we had the Senate, convicted by the Senate. He'd be out of office after day 44. All right, double it, 88. He'd be convicted and removed in the first 100 days. It would, Donald Trump likes being being responsible for a lot of firsts. First president to be twice impeached. First convicted felon to become a president again. First multiply indicted president. First president to ever be adjudged to be a sex offender, a sex abuser. First president to ever be adjudged to be a fraud in his business dealings. We got all that going for him. And this would be another first. First to impeachment and conviction in the first 100 days. Welcome back. That was Popok Live, a new show on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Midas Touch Network. I sit at the intersection of law and politics. I cover a broad range of topics in my unique, hopefully unique, analytical style. I bring this kind of searing focus on the events of the day at that intersection of law and politics. And I invite you to join. We have a growing community. We're regularly hitting 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 people watching the show. It's only a couple of months old. Really appreciate it. Humbled by it. Popok Live, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Midas Touch Network. You're right here on Legal AF, the YouTube channel. Take a moment, hit the free subscribe button, and we're going to hit 500,000 this weekend, I assure you. But that's not because of me, a little bit of me, but it's a lot of you. And we really are so overwhelmed by the support here for Legal AF, the YouTube channel. So until my next reporting, I'm Michael Popok. I'm Michael Popok, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of Midas Touch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popok Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popok Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event, by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states, and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok Firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok Firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.